Hi everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back. In this video, I am going to be using this adorable stamp set that I have been so eager to use. This is so cute, and it also has the coordinating dies that go along with it. So I love this. It's so summery and fun, and with it being August, I really need to use this because whether we like it or not, fall is around the corner. And I don't know, I'm kind of ready for fall, but not without making this cute card. So what I'm going to do to start out is grab some cardstock and my stamp positioner so that I can get some of these images stamped out. Okay, so here is my Misty. And then I'm also going to bring in 80-pound cardstock. All right, so I have been dreaming of creating with this stamp set solely because I really want to color it. I think that it's just gonna be so much fun. And more often than not, I buy stamp sets because I just want to color them and it'll be so cute. So let's go ahead and open this up. I know for certain I want to do the little lemonade stand. Let's make sure that my cardstock is nice in that corner. And I'm gonna need a few critters, well, maybe two to go along with it. I know I want to do this, what would you call it? Maybe chalkboard sign? Okay, I'm gonna do the bear to go inside of the little lemonade stand. So I'll do that. And let's see here. I will also do, I'm trying to think where I want everything positioned. Maybe I'll do the cute little fox. Okay, let's do that. And then we need some fun treats. I also, let's see, do I need to do, I think I'll bring the color in here and not do the banner. But let's, for the treats, maybe do this little stand here. And then I'll also do, oh, maybe a popsicle for this little cutie. Okay, so trying to get my thought together here. So I want to do these treats. I also want to do I want to do a popsicle or an ice cream? I kind of like the idea of a popsicle. I think that's super fun. And that might be it. Maybe I'll also do a ice cream for the bear to be holding. Maybe he'll be holding up like a treat as advertisement. Come to the little stand. So have I been calling this a lemonade stand the whole time? Oh my goodness. It's kind of like an ice cream cart. I feel like I have been looking at this as a lemonade stand the entire time. It's definitely an ice cream cart. Okay, that's completely fine. It's a treat cart. So that's silly. I think I even have had it in my planner, make the lemonade stand card. I'm not even aware of the stamps I'm using. How silly. Okay, everything I'm using will be linked down below, especially this cute stamp set that is totally based on popsicles and ice cream. Oh goodness. Okay, maybe I've had lemonade on my mind. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's do our initial stamp. Just like that. And then I might even come back in. Well, I'm gonna do one more, but I'm gonna come back in and add some verbiage on the little chalkboard sign. I'm actually just gonna make it a whiteboard sign. You could totally color the inside black and then do a heat embossing with some embossing powder to do a white kind of chalk look. But I'm gonna do a whiteboard. Okay. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. So let's go ahead and clean the stamps. Several questions lately about what I do to clean my stamps. I simply use a mild baby wipe. We've had wipes in our house for over 8 years now. And actually the littlest just potty trained. So I have an abundance of leftover wipes. But you know, I mentioned this in another video and many of you lovingly agreed. I don't think that I will ever not have baby wipes in my house. I feel like we use them for just about everything, especially in my craft room as well. So that's what I use. I use them because they're nice and mild, and in my opinion, this is just me, but if they are mild and safe enough for baby's skin, then I find that they are mild enough for a stamp. Okay, now let's look at what we can put on this little sign. Let's turn this back over. here are our options. We have honey berry carrot. We also have vanilla, coffee, and mint chip. I'm definitely going to do the second one. Those tend to be more of my favorite flavors. So let me just position that right in this little sign here. Okay, I think I have that positioned where I'd like it. There's also something that says, let's see, flavors, where you could stamp that maybe on top of the little chalkboard as the title, but I'm just gonna stick to some simplicity here and just do the flavors within the little sign. Okay, let's do that. And this is a very delicate, oh, so cute. It's a very delicate little stamp. It's super thin and fine, so I'm not going to put a lot of pressure when I close that door. I'm just lightly tapping that. That way it doesn't make itself too bold and, I don't know, get too distorted. Okay, I think that that is actually all that I'm going to do. So now, because I double stamped that, I need to give this some time to dry. And in the meantime, what I'll do during that drying time is I'm going to pick out my Copics so I know what colors I want to do. Okay, so I will link all of the markers that I am using down below and the color choices. So just look down there for all of the colors that I'm using. That way you can recreate this if you wish. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this C3, and this is somewhat dry, but I always just start, if I'm using grays, I start with my grays, because even if it smudges or smears just a little bit, then it's not a big deal with the grays. It's easy to cover up. And I should mention that the ink that I use, that Memento, is alcohol marker friendly. So if you stamp with this ink, you should have very minimal to no smudging or smearing if you wait for it to dry long enough. Okay, so starting again with the C3, I'm going to go ahead and do the handle and the little wheels. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with this cart. There we go. And I'll probably do this little attachment as well. Okay, and this inside piece. Okay, then I'll also do C5, which is just a tad darker. I'm going to bring that in here and also here. There we go. Maybe a little bit in here. Okay, then I'll just bring this right back in and just lightly create a mid-tone. Nothing too much. This is such a tiny area. So even something just like that, just to soften the blend. Looks good. Okay, so I'm trying to think if I want to do that in any other areas. I think I'm good for now. Okay, so the C3 and C5, I'll set those to the side. And then I'm going to work on the bear, and also let's do the little sign. I'm going to bring in E31 and E34. Let's go ahead and start with my lighter. And I'm just going to go do all over color on this little bear. I love this color. It's kind of like a, well, it's not quite a caramel, but I think it looks like a Teddy Graham. And quite appropriate with this little bear. Reminds me of a little graham cracker. So cute. Okay, let's see, what do they call it? They call it brick beige. I would, if I were a Copics employee, I would name it graham cracker. I think it's definitely that color. Okay, and then we have E34, which is toast. So there we go. Now we have some food named colors. And then I'm just going to get some shading in here. So maybe come down towards the bottom. And I don't do anything special with this. I just do what I think is going to give the most depth, and I have fun with it. Okay, so there's what I'm gonna do for that. And then I'm bringing back that lighter one once more and just drawing out some color. Again, creating more of a mid-tone, just like that. There we are. Okay, let's let that dry and see how we like that. Again, I still have the lighter color, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this little chalkboard, or I guess I keep calling it a chalkboard, but it's a little whiteboard in my scene. There we go. Again, you could definitely color that middle area black and then do some embossing powder, some white embossing powder on top of it. Just make sure that your marker is completely dry before you do that so that you get a really good impression. Okay, and then let's bring that darker color in. Do it down here and here. And then probably something like that. And probably that too. Okay. Then once more, let's just bring that out. Get a little depth there. Okay, let's let that settle. And then let's see, actually fix a little bit there. Okay, and because I want to, actually I'm gonna do the little cones and popsicle sticks as well, but I don't want to forget to do some highlights and also fix some of my coloring. So I'm gonna bring my gel pen in just so I don't forget. Also, another thing I don't want to forget is, let's bring in our 20 for the blush towards the end. All right, so I'm gonna bring in that E31 and I'm just going to add the brown to the popsicle sticks and to the cones. We actually just went out for, oh, I guess that's a cup at the bottom, so I can color a different color. And let's just make that consistent. We went out for ice cream today, just as a fun summer treat, and gosh, that tastes good. I'm always up for an ice cream outing. Okay, there we go. All right, so I think we're just about good there. I might add just a tad, let's see, I don't know. I'm gonna go with that E31 and just kind of darken my shadows a little bit on this, only so I can just kind of soften this mid-tone just a little bit more. Okay, I like that much more. All right, so I think we can go ahead and just put away the browns. And let's move on to focusing on this cart. I think what I want to do is, let's do maybe a teal. I'm gonna do the BG10, BG11. And yeah, I think that that will be really pretty. Let's go ahead and do, I kind of want to do just some all over color down here. You know what would be really cute though? Let me bring back my browns. I think it would be cute to have a wooden top here. I'm gonna come in with the E31, like a little wooden surface here. I think that would be so cute. Okay, E34, maybe along this left side and then bottom. And then E31 once more just to blend that out. Okay, ooh, I like that. Okay, that's the type of ice cream cart. If I were to ever start one, I would want a nice little wooden top on mine. All right, now let's do our teal. Let's go ahead and start with the BG11. Yeah, let's do that. And I think I'm gonna do this whole thing. Let me start with, yeah, I'm gonna start with my darker and then I'll just start with right here. I might leave the bottom part white. I think that would be kind of cute actually. Kind of looks a little like vintage Volkswagen-ish maybe, to leave that white. And then let's go ahead and just do all over color here with the Beachy 10. I love this color. It is so light, but so fun. Okay, I'm gonna go just kind of alternate back and forth between these two. Get a little bit of fun depth going on. Okay. And then once more with my lighter one. Okay. And then one more time. And then I might kind of let that just stand as is. Okay, I like that. Okay, now with this darker one, I think I'll just add to the handle. Okay. Very cute. And then I might even do the middle of this little wheel there. All right, I am going to leave that bottom part white. I think that will be really neat, but I did have a little bit of bleeding, as you can see here. Actually, did I put those on the right ones? I did. Sometimes you have to double check. It's better to fix it now than later. Okay, let's see if I have this one going good. I'm just going to mend that with my gel pen. There we go. And here. I don't have good luck with my colorless blender, so this is why I just do this little guy. And it works flawlessly and quickly. Okay, there we go. All right. I'll bring that color combination in one more time. Oops, wrong side. And do the little sides. This time I brought my lighter color in first. Ooh, I'm loving this. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then I'll do my darker for the shadow. And I think I might just stop there. Yeah, give that just a little light tone. Okay, I know I want to do something fun with a rainbow here. And I'm gonna leave these colors out because I might include them within my rainbow, but let's go ahead and get started on that. So I think what I'll start with will be maybe R21 and R30. So let's do my lighter one. So R30. Bring that in all over. Okay. And then, gosh, you know what I could do? Is maybe like a pink and white stripe. That would be kind of cute. Okay, this is the R21. And then I'll just do a light feather there. Okay. What do I want to do? I guess what I could do is maybe do a little test here and see what I like. Let's see if it kind of matches the, oh, I already know I think I'm gonna really like that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. YR00 and then YR000. Sorry, I have to think through my colors here. So let's do the YR000 first. Okay. All over color. Oh yeah, super cute. And then YR00. These are the color combinations that I personally like for orange. They're just a nice sherbet. I am not an orange fan, but I'm a kind of a creamsicle orange fan, so that's what I like. Okay, so we have that combo. Let's do our yellow. I might just do a single Y32. It's just a nice light one. And then come back in and use the same color for shading. I'm gonna have to come back in with that one just a little bit. I might even also just deepen, oh goodness, Bethany, come on. I'm gonna deepen the shadows here too. And twice in a row. I even know that the stripe side is the feather, or not the feather, but the brush side, but just cannot seem to get it together today. Okay. Just adding a little bit more contrast between these colors there. Soften those out. Again, I'm just using the same color for the yellow here. Okay. Ooh, that looks good. Then let's do a green, and I'm going to do G20, same thing. I'm just going to use one color there. It's a nice kind of celery color. I'm going to let that set, and then I'll come back and do some shading. And then I'm going to go back to my BG, let's do 10. Bring that color back up in here. Okay, BG 11 for the shading. And then the lighter again to just tone that down. Back to our green. Build up some color there. And now I think I'll do, gosh, I was gonna do a blue, but I think I might go for purple next. I'll do the V000. I'm gonna build up that green once more, so that's why that cap is not on. Let's bring in V12. I love this color combination. Pretty. And again, I'm gonna bump this one up just a little bit. Okay. And then I'll go right back to the pink. Again, every marker I use will be down below. Ooh, I like how that looks. Okay. We'll do something like that. Okay. Let me feather that out. Okay. I like that. Looks pretty. So now, let's see. I gotta think about what colors are going to be where. So we're gonna have this brown bear inside, and then I'm gonna have my treats inside. So I think for my treats, I'm going to do a pink stand. Just like that. And when I do like a really, when I do a really colorful image like this, I just use the same colors to keep it consistent. So anytime I use pink, I'll use this pink color combination, and I just keep it simple instead of bringing in more colors. We just are gonna tie everything that we used here into everything else now. Okay, so for another example, the fox, I'm gonna make him an orange color. So I'll just bring in that orange combination that I used just to keep everything super consistent and start coloring this little cutie. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna color like this. Hold on, I did this in a card recently, and I ended up really liking the color combination and how it turned out on the fox. Okay, so I ended up doing that. I'm gonna bring back even more. Oh, I'm sorry, it's getting a little cluttered on my space here. This is what I call happy chaos. I love this with all the markers everywhere. It's fun for me. Okay, and then with this color, I'm just going to do some accents. Kind of just around. And then I'll leave the rest white. I did this once before, and I really liked how it turned out. So I'm just going to do that again. Okay, let's stop there for that cutie. And let's work on these little guys. Okay, we need the purple again. So let's do gosh, I'm gonna do purple on this ice cream. And I'm also going to do it up here. Okay. Let's bring in our darker. Just like that. And then we'll shade that out again. Okay. I also want to bring in the, let's do the yellow for this one. Okay, it's cute. And then I'm gonna let this sit for a second and then I'll bring more color in. Up here, let's do a green one. And we'll do a teal. Yum, it's making me hungry. Tell me your favorite ice cream flavor down in the comments. I am a sucker for chocolate chip cookie dough. It's just so good. But my family has discovered, gosh, it's a really good one by Tillamook. And I feel like it's a chocolate, oh gosh, I might have to pin it in the comments. It's so good. It's chocolate ice cream, but it has like big chunks and shells of chocolate on the inside too. It's just amazing. Okay, I said I was gonna bring the yellow back in, so I'm gonna do that. I'm really happy with the awning, so I'm going to stop there. But let's add a little bit more to that little guy. And I'm going to bring in R20 and do some cheeks. So I'll do a cheek on this cutie right there, and then maybe double up some cheeks on that. In fact, I might even bring R21 just because that color's so dark. There we go, to do those cheeks. Okay, I really like this. So let's put all the Copics away, and then I'm gonna focus on, I wanna cut these out, and then I'm gonna decide on the backdrop. Okay, actually I fibbed a little bit because I do want to add some highlights. And sometimes these can be a little hard to see on camera, but they make every difference in person on the card. So I'm just going to go through and add some little white accents onto my little colored images here and just give this a little bit of additional depth. And again, I'm not following any lighting rules or anything because I just kind of play and have fun. But let's see here. You can just go ahead and run with this any way that you like. But I really like taking the time to do this. And I realize that some of these I'm putting on my shadow, but it's just about making it kind of visually pop, for me at least. Okay, and then I'll just do something like this. Definitely on this brown, maybe that. Oh, love it. And then let's do that. Maybe that. Okay, I think we're just about good. I might add a little skinny one on this tire handle. All right, I'm happy with that. It really makes all the difference. Okay, let's trim these cuties out. Let me see if I can't get even closer. Do you see those highlights, how fun that looks? Again, mine don't follow any rules at all. I just really like to have fun with it. Okay, so there's the coloring. Now I'm going to bring in all of my coordinating dies. Okay, and I'm also going to need some little wire snips, and this is just going to help me separate some of these little metal dies. So I'll just go through and pick the ones that I need, and then we will get these all trimmed out. Now I'm using my mini die cut machine So I'm going to go through and actually trim down my paper as well, just so it fits on my cutting plates. I love the mini die cut machines because I can just, oops, sorry for that noise. I can just keep them on my work surface and not have to lug in and out a big one. So what I'll do is I'll probably do something like that. And then those will fit easy peasy into my die cut machine. Okay, I'm literally laughing because right next to me I have my list of cards I want to create like I was talking about earlier, and lo and behold, right on there it says lemonade card. Lemonade stand card. That is just hilarious to me. Okay, but you know what a fun thing about collecting stamp sets is that you could combine your stamp set. So if you have another stamp set that has, you know, lemonade type things in it, you could, you know, combine that with this. You have a fun little cart and you could create anything that you wish. Same as if you had maybe a hot dog, or I don't even know, any fun food stamps. You could just make your stamp sets stretch and combine them. I think that's totally cool. Okay, I'm just adding washi tape so that all of my little coordinating dies stay put when I run this through. Okay, and that looks good to me. All right, now I'll grab my little plates. There we go. Okay, and those fit perfectly. All right, so I need to get that suction down once more. Okay, so as promised, many of you wanted to be kept in the behind the scenes knowledge of how long it's really taking me to do these cards. So far we're at 41.5 minutes. And that's with, you know, picking the colors and pulling the colors, thinking through what I wanted to do. There are some times where I just let the camera roll and I'm sitting here just wondering what to do next. So I'm keeping all of that in mind when I tell you the time. Got my little clock ticker going. Okay, look how cute these are turning out. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Okay, and then we have our little, not lemonades, but our little frozen treats here. And whoop, there we go. All right, let's focus on the background of the card now. Let me get all these little pieces. I want to get my panel out and think through the background color. And I'm wondering if I should do something either pink or yellow, because I think a pink could also be super fun here. Okay, just so I can say that I have a lemonade element on this card, I'm gonna do something fun with a pink backdrop, and we'll see if we end up liking this. But before I do that, let's move this little cutie now, because I think I'm completely done die cutting. Before we do that, let's trim our panel down. So this is originally an A2 size, which is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm gonna trim this down to 4 by 5 1/4, and this will achieve a 1/8 of an inch margin around my panel. All right, and now let's put that in the trash. Let's get some masking tape out. Okay, I'm gonna get this mint masking tape out. First, I'm going to grab just a little piece of washi tape or two to get this nice and placed down. Okay, what I like about this is is it 1 inch exact? Looks to be 1 inch exact. I'm going to place this on the edge to mask 1 inch off of each side. Do that. Oh, darn it. That's okay. We'll use the good side. Okay, we got that side. Let's see here. We'll do that. Keep that for something else. Okay, let's go nice and slow there. Let's mask this. I'm wondering if I'm going to want to go a little bit farther up on the bottom, maybe for my sentiment. So I'm gonna do that, hold on. Let me do the other ones and then I'll do my bottom. Okay. And it seems to have like a little tear here, you see? So I wanna make sure I use the edge that is very precise and clean. Okay, because I want those clean lines in the center. And I might bring this up just a little bit. So I can have maybe even just there, roughly 1/2 inch. That look good? Yeah. I want to stamp my sentiment right on the card panel, so that's why I'm doing that. Okay, I have just a paper towel. I'm not sure which color I used last on my blender brush, so I'm just going to wipe that or rub that off there. Okay, and then pink lemonade. I'm just going to come from the bottom and just fade it out towards the top, just to give something other than white on my backdrop. So we'll do some all over color, and then that's going to be just enough of something fun on the back, on the background. Okay. So there is my all over color. Okay, and then I'm just going to deepen it along the bottom here. Just like that. Deepen it a little bit more and then create that mid-tone. So we have a nice fade and ombre effect. And if you don't get this looking just the way you want, please don't stress about it, because it's a background. And you just want to get close enough to the idea that you want to go with. But once you get everything layered on top of it, and again, we're going to layer, you know, our cart and our cute little critters, you're not going to notice if, you know, you didn't get the ideal ombre look. So just give yourself tons of grace all the time in crafting. Keep it fun. Okay, look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and you can keep this tape to reuse it. I'm just gonna toss mine. Here we go. Oh, pretty. I love that. And see how I just gave myself some more room for a sentiment down there? That's what I was wanting to achieve. Okay, let's take these little pieces off. And now let's get an idea for where everything's gonna sit. Ugh, love it. But see how if you don't get, you know, your ombre look just so, no big deal. It's no big deal. Okay. Oh my goodness, this little cutie's gonna be in there. Let's go ahead, before I forget, I'm gonna stamp my sentiment. Bringing that Misty right back in. Same ink right back in so I have consistency throughout my card. I'll grab the stamp set. And, oh my gosh, so many cute things you can do. I kind of like You're the Sweetest. You're the sweetest, you're the coolest, you're the best. Okay, I like You're the Sweetest. So I am going to do that. You're the sweetest, okay. Okay, and I want that to be close here. You're the sweetest, and I think I might have to stamp those separately. Oops, sorry about my hairdo there. Let's see. Maybe move that over just a hair. Hopefully I get this right. Okay, I'm gonna try that. The only reason I'm doing it separately is because I want them to be closer to one another. And when you have a stamp, gosh, I don't even know if that's a good example. They have that margin around, that little, what do I want to call it, offset that puts more of a gap. But if you do them separately, you can put them wherever you'd like. So I think I'm going to try it separately. It might not matter, but I don't know. I want a little bit more control over the placement. You're the And I'll double stamp that. Really like that playful font. That's so cute. Okay, getting an idea for where I had that. Okay. Put this back before I lose it. If you know, you know. These little clear stamps are so hard to find. Okay, and then sweetest. I do think that by doing that separately, I got the desired spacing that I wanted at least. So do what you would like, but I think that was a good move for how I want it to look. Okay, you're the sweetest. Again, double stamp so we have some consistency with the contrast. Cute. Okay, you're the sweetest, and now we're ready to put it all together. All right, I have my score buddy here, and I have 110-pound cardstock, so I'm going to place that within my score buddy, nudge it into that corner there. This is 11 by 4 1/4, and I want it to fold at the top, so I'm going to place that score mark at 5 1/2. 11 divided by 2 is 5 1/2. We'll fold that, give it a nice crease, and now we have our top folding card. All right, we can place it just like so and add foam tape to the back of our panel. Now you don't have to do this step if you don't wish to, but I like that look. Oops, I got a little smudge right there. I do like that look because it just gives a little pop. We also got some smudge there. I might not have cleaned my mat off as well as I thought over here. Uh-oh, that's okay. Okay, and I'll grab some scissors that are non-stick. That way I can do this sticky foam tape without making a mess of my scissors. Okay, I just put 4 strips on the back there. Now I'll just remove those so that we have a double-sided sticky foam tape. All right. Center that, then you can really appreciate that 1/8 inch margin. Okay, and now we can just start layering all of these cuties. What I will do is I'm going to place this little guy right in here. I'm accounting for the fact that I want to do, I'm gonna do the little popsicle in their hand, and I'll attach that separately in a bit, but I'm gonna turn this over and I'm simply going to attach these two with a little piece of washi tape. Okay, I like that. And then I'll attach that together. So I want to do something like that. I also want, I might actually bring this up a bit. That way I can do, I want to keep my handle if I can on that card, but if not, that's okay. Let's see, something like that. I have this one kind of really coming off onto that white card base. We'll have those little guys. I might actually skip the popsicle because of the sweet treats there. Otherwise, that is going to be entirely too crowded. And then we'll do a little popsicle, or not popsicle, a little cone in their hand. Okay, I love that. So first and foremost, let's do this one. Very cute. I'm gonna grab little foam squares. We have them in a couple sizes here. And let's use that one. I'm just gonna put foam squares all over the back of this card, including my little bear. Just bump this up. If you hear lawn mowing in the background, it is that season. The grass is growing like crazy. It's my favorite sound in the entire world. I love listening to anyone and everyone mowing. It's my favorite. I don't know. I told that to my mom once and she was like, really? So I guess that's not for everybody, but I love it. All right. Okay, and then we'll maybe do just a tiny little guy down here. Okay, that should work. Let's put this down and we'll focus on the rest. I'm gonna make sure I have my desktop trash can ready to go here so I can get these little stinkers put away. Okay, there we go. And I think I wanted to bring this up a little bit. maybe something like that. And I wanted to do it, you know, not centered in that inner rectangle. Okay, we'll do this little guy, and that's gonna go, I guess it will kind of cover the handle a little bit, but that's okay. I don't want it hugging that sentiment too much. So let's just put one here. And then I'll also grab a little liquid glue and tweezers. Let's do this. Liquid glue. And I'll add the glue wherever there isn't the foam square. That way we have some adhesive going on there. Okay, so we'll do something like that. Cute. And these little guys, do something like this. I'm gonna bring them down, even though, you know, they're not necessarily on that surface. It's gonna be fine. It might be one of those little ice cream shelves that they do, but visually, it's just going to look better. Okay. Okay, so liquid glue right on the back of that. Straighten that out just a tiny bit. And then we have this little cutie pie. Again, I really want this little guy kind of out and about just to interact with that white part. Oops, actually I want them to have some dimension there. Okay, there we go. And, oops. Let's see, maybe something like that. Okay, that way these line up really nice. All right, let's do one little foam square on the actual scoop of the ice cream. And then I'll grab my tweezers and add a little glue to the cone. Okay, and then we'll do something like, there we go. Although I want to bring that down just a little bit. I don't want to cover, there we go. I don't want to cover the little fox up. Oh, cute. Okay, so there we are so far. And then let's add some embellishments. So I want to do 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2. I have this really pretty one from Spellbinders that is just so playful. I love the playful look of it. Kind of has a, what do you call that? Is it holographic? Is that right? I don't know, words are escaping me. But I like that. And it almost looks really tone on tone. It's super pretty. So I just need a teeny tiny one. I'll link the sequins down below. It is so cute, so fun to use. Okay, and that is the end of the card. Isn't that pretty? I think that sequins really made it pop too. Just added a little something without being too much. Okay, as always, my little personalized stamp goes right on the back, just like that. All right, and there we go. We are at 1 hour and 4 minutes. And I know that might seem like a long time to dedicate to a card, but sometimes I really like that opportunity to be still and not be rushed. So an hour plus spent on a card for me is just time well spent. It's just a nice time for me to not be in a hurry during the day. So I love getting creative in a way that I can just sit and be still. All right, everything that I used will be linked down below. I'm loving that sequins at the end. It wasn't something I was thinking of originally when I was pulling supplies for this card, but at the very end, I thought that would be a really nice way to round out this card. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to tell me your favorite ice cream flavor down in the comments. See you all in the next video.